Hello and welcome back to the Easy English Podcast for Professionals. My name is David.
And I'm Emily. We are so excited you're here to build your professional English skills with us today.
That's right. Today, we're talking about something every professional experiences: deadlines. That little word that can sometimes cause a lot of stress.
It certainly can. Let me ask our listeners a question. Have you ever received a new task at work, looked at the calendar, and had that sinking feeling in your stomach where you think, oh no, I cannot possibly finish this on time?
I think everyone in every country has felt that exact same way. It's a universal feeling, and it can be even more stressful when you have to talk about it in English.
But it doesn't have to be. Today, we're going to give you the simple, polite, and professional phrases you need to negotiate a deadline. We'll even do a role play so you can hear how it sounds.
You will leave this episode feeling confident and ready. Are you ready to become a negotiation expert? Let's begin.
Okay, to make this lesson really practical, we are going to do a role play. That means we will act out a situation. I am going to be the manager.
And I will be the employee. My name in this role play is still David. Let's keep it simple.
Perfect. So, I am the manager, Emily, and you are my employee, David. Here is the situation. I am going to give you a new task. I need you to write an important report.
An important report. I like it. I am a very good employee.
You are. But here is the problem. As the manager, I am going to give you a very short deadline. Your job, as the employee, is to politely ask for more time.
This is a classic work situation. It happens all the time. The goal is not to say no. The goal is to find a solution that works for everyone.
Exactly. We want to be helpful and positive, but also realistic about our time. So, we will act out the scene, and then we will stop and explain the key vocabulary and phrases we used.
It's going to be fun and incredibly useful. Let's start by looking at the first part of the conversation, the manager's request.
Right. As the manager, I need to assign a task. A task is a piece of work that needs to be done. In this case, the task is writing a report, which is a formal document with information.
And every task has a deadline. The deadline is the final day or time that the work must be finished. If the deadline is Friday, you must finish the work on or before Friday.
Managers often want things very quickly. You might hear the phrase, as soon as possible. We often write this in emails as ASAP, ASAP.
ASAP means you should do it with high priority, very quickly. It can feel a little stressful.
It can. A manager might also say something is urgent. This is another word that means it is very, very important and needs to be done now.
Okay, so we have the key words task, report, deadline, and ASAP, or urgent. Now let's see how the manager, Emily, uses these in the first part of our role play.
Ready to act, David?
I'm ready. I am sitting at my desk working hard.
Hi, David. Do you have a minute?
Of course, Emily. Come on in. What's up?
I have a new task for you. I need you to prepare the quarterly sales report. It's quite urgent.
Okay, the quarterly sales report. I can do that. When do you need it by?
I need it by the end of the day on Friday.
This Friday? Okay. Let me check my schedule.
And scene. That's the end of part 1 of our role play. I have given David the task and the very difficult deadline.
You were a very convincing manager, Emily. Very friendly, but also very clear about what you wanted.
Thank you. Let's analyze my language. First, I started with a polite question. Do you have a minute? This is a great way to start a conversation without interrupting someone.
And I responded with, "Of course. What's up?" which is a friendly, informal way of saying, "How can I help you?"
Then I gave the deadline. I said, I need it by the end of the day on Friday. The little word by is very important here. By Friday means on Friday or before Friday. It does not mean after Friday.
That is a key point. If your manager says you need something done by Friday, Thursday is great, but Monday is too late.
Exactly. Now, David, your response was very professional. You didn't say, "No way," or "That's impossible."
No, that would not be a good career move. I simply said, "Okay, let me check my schedule." This shows that I am listening and I am taking the request seriously. It also gives me a moment to think.
That thinking moment is so important. Now, while you are checking your schedule, you need to prepare your response. You need the language to politely ask for more time.
Yes, and we are going to give you some fantastic phrases for this. The first one is a soft way to signal a problem. You can say, "That might be a bit tight."
Ooh, I love that one. A bit tight means there isn't much time. It's a very gentle, indirect way to say the deadline is difficult. It's much softer than saying, "That's too soon."
Exactly. After you say it's a bit tight, you need to ask for a change. You can use a polite question format. For example, would it be possible to extend the deadline?
Extend the deadline means to make it longer. Another great option is, could we possibly move the deadline to next Tuesday? Using could and possibly makes the question very polite.
And my personal favorite is to offer a suggestion with, how about, as in, how about I get it to you by next Tuesday instead? It's collaborative. It feels like you are solving a problem together.
These are all wonderful, professional options. Okay, let's go back to the role play. I am waiting for your answer, David.
The pressure is on. Let's continue the scene.
So, is Friday possible for that report?
I've just looked at my calendar, and Friday might be a bit tight. I'm in the middle of finishing the big presentation for the Johnson project.
Oh, that's right. That presentation is a top priority.
Exactly. I want to make sure I do a great job on both tasks. Would it be possible to get the report to you early next week instead?
Early next week. How about Monday?
How about end of day on Tuesday? That would give me enough time to finish the Johnson presentation properly and then give the sales report my full attention.
Okay, that makes sense. End of day Tuesday works for me. Thanks, David.
Perfect. Thanks, Emily.
And scene. We did it. We successfully negotiated a new deadline. Let's break down what just happened.
Okay, so the first thing I did was use one of our key phrases. Friday might be a bit tight. This opened the conversation.
And then you did something very smart. You gave a reason. You said, I am in the middle of finishing the big presentation for the Johnson project. This is so important.
Why is giving a reason so important, Emily?
Because it shows you are not being lazy. It shows you are working on another important task.
Your manager understands that you are busy with other company priorities. It's not just an excuse.
That's a great point. It's about managing priorities. Then I asked a polite question. Would it be possible to get the report to you early next week instead?
And I came back with a counteroffer. I suggested Monday. This is a very normal part of negotiation.
Right, and I politely stood my ground. I suggested Tuesday and gave another good reason, so I could give the report my full attention. This shows I care about the quality of the work.
And as a reasonable manager, I agreed. We found a solution that works for both of us. That is a successful negotiation.
So, we have successfully negotiated a new deadline. The final step is to confirm the agreement so everyone is clear.
Yes, clear communication is everything. In our role play, I said, "Okay, that makes sense. End of day Tuesday works for me." The phrase "works for me" is a very common and friendly way to say, "I agree to that."
And I responded with, "Perfect. Thanks, Emily." You could also say something like, "Great. Let's agree on Tuesday then." Or, "Sounds good. I will have it on your desk by Tuesday."
These phrases are simple, but they are so important. They confirm the plan and end the conversation on a positive and clear note. There is no confusion.
No confusion is good. You could even follow up with a very short email to confirm the new deadline in writing. Something like, "Hi, Emily. Just confirming that I will deliver the sales report by the end of the day next Tuesday."
That is an excellent professional tip, David. It shows you are organized and responsible. Okay, I think we are ready to put it all together.
Let's do the full role play from start to finish without stopping so our listeners can hear how it flows.
Ready? Let's do it. Hi, David. Do you have a minute?
Of course, Emily. Come on in. What's up?
I have a new task for you. I need you to prepare the quarterly sales report. It's quite urgent.
Okay, the quarterly sales report. I can do that. When do you need it by?
I need it by the end of the day on Friday.
This Friday? Okay, let me check my schedule. I've just looked at my calendar and Friday might be a bit tight. I am in the middle of finishing the big presentation for the Johnson project.
Oh, that's right. That presentation is a top priority.
Exactly. I want to make sure I do a great job on both tasks. Would it be possible to get the report to you early next week instead?
Early next week. How about Monday?
How about end of day on Tuesday? That would give me enough time to finish the Johnson presentation properly and then give the sales report my full attention.
Okay, that makes sense. End of day Tuesday works for me. Thanks, David.
Perfect. Thanks, Emily.
And that is how it's done. See? It wasn't scary at all. It was just a calm, professional conversation.
It really was. The key is to stay calm, be polite, and give a good reason. Remember those key phrases. This might be a bit tight. Would it be possible to? And how about?
You can do this. We promise. Practice these phrases so you feel comfortable with them. The next time your boss gives you an impossible deadline, you will know exactly what to say.
Thank you all for joining us today and for working so hard on your professional English. We are so proud of you.
We are. Keep up the amazing work, and we will talk to you in the next episode. Goodbye for now.